Hello, it's Charles Mays, Southeastern Softball Wire. I'm sitting here this morning with Coach Whitney Jones of the Appalachian State Mountaineers softball program over there in Boone, North Carolina. We've talked before. I've been over there, beautiful campus, beautiful scene, got a great thing over there. Just want to stop in today to check in on the aspect of pitching. I know it's July, but as we were talking about off air, I mean, it's a couple months away from fall ball, and you get to see these pieces and what they can do shaping as head towards the season, which gets started in February. And as you all know, time goes by fast, so it's never too early to start talking a little softball. Coach Jones, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to talk about our pitching group and our new pitching coach as we move forward.
Yes, for certain. First off, I want to go back a little bit. Uh, with the 2026 season and with that ending, I know you all had the 1-2 punch of Sophie and Moshos and also Cam Fisher, which was a freshman. Um, After all that was said and done, Sophie graduated. I know you hated to lose her, but can't keep her forever. Uh, how would you rate your pitching staff's performance in the 2026 season?
Yeah, when we going into it, we felt really confident with the 1-2 punch with Cam and Soph coming off the 2025 season being first team All Sun Belt and Cam coming in Gatorade Player of the Year from Connecticut. A lot of success and just super excited to have that 1-2 combo going into the year. And we had the best start in program history last year. And going into conference, we were 20-7. So we saw a lot of great things from our team in preseason. We got to play the number one team, Tennessee, twice, and those were competitive ball games. And Cam got the ball both those games, and it was just a great experience for her and our team coming off that weekend and going into conference play. Didn't quite shape out exactly how we had envisioned it all around. And I think that's kind of been fuel for our team moving into next year. And pitching is the name of the game, right? And we got to be able to dominate in the circle and play great defense behind them and find ways to score more runs than the other team. And I think that'll always be the formula, no matter what level you're at. That's just the game. And we want to continue to be sharp in the circle and build off our experiences and elevate and get better.
Yes, to touch on that, I saw you all in Knoxville here. I came out to see you, and I mean, you all were. When I came out of that weekend, I'm like, this team right here, this team look like it's going places because the way you all competed and played with Tennessee like that, uh, was the first team to hit a home run off of them, this that season because they were on
Yeah,
a hot streak of just mowing everybody down. And I mean, Makayla McClain and which is another great on the hitting side that moved on. You all were competing like the team that I thought App State was gonna be. And then
absolutely.
when you go
Absolutely.
into conference play, Sun Belt, I mean,
Mhm.
to my, what I see is one of the toughest conferences out there. Um, that just goes to show you how tough that conference is. Can you touch on that a little bit? Because I like to drive that home with people.
Yeah, I mean, the Sun Belt has been competitive every year. I mean, 2 of the last 3 years, 3 teams have been in the tournament, and I think that speaks to the leadership of our conference, the head coaches in our conference, just us continuing to look to elevate and get better and recruit at a really high level. So I'm excited for the conference and the direction we're headed and the investment in softball in our conference. Feel really blessed and privileged to be at a school that's in this conference, and it sharpens all of our swords. I mean, each year it's kind of going into the last 2 years, you kind of didn't know there's been a lot of pitchers who have kind of left our conference and gone on P4. And we had a few this summer do the same thing. And so I think it's always going to come back to recruiting at a really high level. And like we just said, who's going to have the arms kind of going into the year to be able to win a series and figure out how matchups are going to play out within your staff and how can we come up with a great game plan going into game one and make whatever necessary adjustments we need to make game two and game three to find a way to win ball games. And when you look at us in conference play last year, we won a lot of the game ones. So I think we started off series and we showed we can beat the opponent and win the ball game. And there were a couple games we had a lead and we weren't able to close it out. And so I think it just speaks. The record wasn't what we wanted it to be, but we were in pretty much every ball game. A couple series were a little further away than others, but I think overall our team believed. We had a lot of comeback wins, and they knew we were never out of the ball game. And I think that speaks to the culture here. It speaks to the belief and the trust in what we're doing and how we're preparing. And I think that'll continue to remain as we continue to recruit and bring in our athletes.
On Fisher, how would you rate her first year under you there at App State? I know coming in as a freshman can be challenging, but I felt like she was up to the task. I see the numbers. Um, I want to ask you, how did you feel like she went, and what are some of the things you're hoping that she strengthens going into year two?
Yeah, there was a little bit of illegal pitch situations we had to work through conference last year a little bit, and I think that's just something moving forward. We ended conference in a really good spot, and she's got a great game plan this summer that she's working on, and I think we're going to be even better. Like, she's going to double down next year and have a phenomenal year from start to finish. I know the year didn't go quite how she wanted it to go, or we wanted it to go for her, but she learned a lot through that process, and she had a lot of experience, and not only from the physical side but the mental side as well. And it is a challenge, it is a grind, and she is a freshman, and she did have the ball in her hands in just about every big ball game that we had, quote unquote. But I think she's super excited to get back to work, to come back, and I don't want to say prove herself, but she knows that her performance wasn't what she wanted it to be, finishing out conference and through conference play. And so she's excited to get back to work, and she's a very goal driven, ambitious pitcher. So she'll be even better next year for us. I have no doubt about that.
You mentioned a legal pitch situation. Just can you walk us through that rule and how that sometimes I mean, because you don't see it a whole lot, and then it's like next thing you know, they're getting called left and right. I don't know. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
some
And that
things
was
they.
probably our biggest frustration throughout the year, was just the lack of consistency, and just the moments when we felt like it was called or emphasized was, it always seems to be in like the most pressure situations that are really like game changing calls. And so I think she did a great job trying to find a way to work through it. It's tough to kind of fix a mechanic in the middle of the season when you have midweeks and you're already putting a lot of volume on the weekend. So just watching film and trying to keep her in the best space as we can was kind of the game plan throughout that. But now she has the time to really focus on the mechanic and be where she needs to be, and not have to, you have the summer chunk to kind of really hone in on that and get it dialed in. And we'll have the fall as well to make sure she's where she needs to be.
Now she will be the lone, as of right now, what I'm seeing, I think I counted what, four pitchers you currently have on staff. She's the
Yes.
lone returner. Then you have Abby Huhn, who's coming in from um, East Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What did you see from her to bring her into your program, and how do you hope that she helps you all there?
When you look at the makeup of our staff, Abby brings a different dynamic and a different arsenal than the other three. So that was really attractive to us in the process of adding to our pitching staff. And Abby also has been at two other schools. So she's had experiences in two different places. I think she knows what she's looking for and wants. And I think there was great alignment in what we're looking for and what she's looking for as we continue to move forward. But Cam's got the velo, got the upspin, got the change, and Abby's a little bit more down ball, great change up. So she gives a different look in that aspect. So we're excited to kind of get that group together with Slim and Avery and just kind of figure out how our staff's going to work best and how we can kind of game plan and utilize them to elevate each other.
Yeah, I was looking at Fisher's numbers. I want to go back to her. You brought up the upspin, and I saw that 53 percent of her pitches end in fly balls. I feel like that's
Yeah.
a pretty good high rate. Does that make you nervous any with that many pitches going up, when that many balls going up in the air?
Yeah, there's a little risk reward with it. Like if you're an upspin rise ball pitcher, you're probably you're in the risk for the long ball and the home run. But I think for us, it's more about limiting the free passes. Like you're going to give up the long ball here or there, but can we limit the free passes so a single home run doesn't become a 3-run home run or the back-to-back situation? And so, Cam's high reward. Also, she's a strikeout pitcher, right? She has a great rise ball and she has the ability to strike people out and induce swings and misses as well. So, with that continued development of her off speed and elevating that rise and being able to locate it where she needs to, I feel really confident that, we may have some long balls here or there, but I think the strikeouts are going to come with it as well.
Oh, for sure. Because people just can't seem to resist the rise ball. I don't know what it is about
No,
that pitch. I guess it just,
it is.
I guess it looks good to you until it's too late, and then you've already committed.
It
Uh,
doesn't look nice to see you sometimes too, that late break.
yes. You got a couple freshmen in Avery Ramey and Emily King. Talk about Ramey. I've spoke with her before right here, just 45 minutes up the road from me, pretty much, out of Lakeway Christian Academy. What are you looking for in Ramey coming into her first season there in Boone, and um, just what are some of the strengths that she can bring to your staff?
Avery committed to us. She was her process is a little different. And when the September one was a little pushback for her, that window with just what happened her summer going into that. And she got on our radar and we went at her right away. And it was a great fit. It's close enough to home. She's been here, comes up to games all the time. I think she's in the best shape I've seen her in this summer. She's coming off a great high school. Well, she didn't play the whole high school season, but I think this summer she's in a really great spot. Just watching her this past weekend and seeing her pitches move and seeing the command she has on the mound and the presence, I'm really excited for her to just come in and be herself at the end of the day. I think she spins the ball really well. She locates the ball really well. She has a good off speed pitch. She can go up in the zone. So I'm really excited just to continue to grab her where she's at right now and just like go to work this fall. And I think she's going to be a great contributor for us this year on the mound.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing her play. I mean,
Yeah.
just great person off the field. I mean, that's one of the first thing that struck me when I first spoke with her the first time. I was like, man, she's really great. And then I met her and the family, and I'm like, man, I see y'all all great people. I see this is real. So love that for her. Emily King, tell me about her.
Yeah. So Emily King also goes by Slim. It's been a long time nickname for her. She's a multi-sport athlete. Like growing up, Slim's been a great basketball player. She's been a great softball player. She's from a small kind of community in Virginia, and she actually first came on my radar when I was at Ohio State. And so I kind of started that process of identifying her and recruiting her then, and got to App State, watched her that first summer I was here at App State. Wasn't sure exactly where she was looking, if this would be a great opportunity or not, but spoke with her that fall and had her come out to a camp. And I love her. You talk about great people. Like Avery and Slim are amazing human beings. They come from great families with great work ethic. And ultimately, the people that are coming into our program are bought in to the vision. Like they want to come here and they want to do something that's never been done before. And with Slim, I mean, she spins the ball really well as well. She's got really good rise ball, talking about the rise ball, but she has a really good rise ball. She can locate side to side as well, but she has an elite changeup as well. So I'm excited for her, like 1-2 combo with the rise and change. And she's gotten stronger this past year. She's really bought into the training side of things. She kind of gave up basketball this senior year so she could solely focus on being the best pitcher she could be. And it's showing up. I have coaches coming up to me in the field all the time telling me, oh, that pitcher coming to you. Like she dominated us. Like she was awesome. Her rise ball, we kept swinging under it. So I'm really excited to get her here and continue along the path she's on and get her under her wing.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a question here because I'm curious. Does any of your pitchers hit?
They do not.
They do
No,
not.
none of them. A couple, Slim and Avery have hit in high school ball, but they're not looking to hit in college. Speaking on that, like I was a pitcher hitter in college, so I'm not against a pitcher being able to hit. I think you have to be an elite. You have to have elite work ethic, in my opinion, to be. Most pitchers that are getting recruited are being recruited as pitchers first. So you got to make sure you're filling that bucket and elevating there. And then sometimes it takes extra time to also be an elite hitter and crack the lineup in the top 9. So I believe it can be done. I think it takes a lot of work that you got to be committed to doing. And then at the end of the day, too, if you're not pitching and you want to hit, there's got to be probably a secondary position, or you got to be that much better than the DP as well. So there's opportunities. It's a lot of work and commitment, and it can be done. You just got to be willing to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to Megan Rhodes Smith here at Tennessee a few days ago, and I asked her the same thing. I was like, other than Maddie Rutan, who came in last year, I was like, I never see any of you all's pitchers hit. And she was like, well, they could, but by the time they get a month into it, they realize they just rather pitch because it's so much to do. And it's not that they can't, it's just that they rather just go all in on pitching. And I was like, okay, I understand that and respect that for sure. I imagine it is challenging.
Yeah, and then there's the mental aspect too, right? You don't want the hitting mental aspect to affect your pitching either. So it's just, yeah, there's a lot of different layers to it. There's a lot of different factors, and ultimately it can be done.
Yes, for certain. Now the new pitching coach you hired, Coach Jessica Dreswick. I mean, brought her in from Tulsa. Am I correct? How
Yes.
is she going to help this staff become stronger and improve on, things of the past? Well, you only got one returner, so how is she going to make her mark on your staff and help this group?
Yeah, I think she's walking into a great situation. I mean, Cam coming back with 120 innings and Avery and Slim coming in, as well as Abby. I think we have a great group that she's going to come in and work with. And it was really important in that process that we found somebody who had experience and kind of she had three years at Tulsa to kind of have a staff and develop a staff. Sorry, my light and sensors. So I think she's going to come in, and also you talk about the staff dynamic, right? And we really have a great dynamic here on our staff, and she fit right in with kind of our culture, our values, and our mindset and our philosophy. Like, we're very much process oriented. We're very much take an individualistic approach to each athlete, and speaking with her and how she's approached her pitching staffs prior and what that's looked like, I really feel like it's a great fit for how we operate. We talk about ownership all the time, and we want to give our athletes the tools, but we also want an equal level of investment and collaboration in that process. And she spoke on her philosophy with meeting the pitchers where they're at and elevating what they do individually and figuring out, as a staff, how do you own your strengths and continue to elevate and sharpen that, while the other person, it might look different for them. But ultimately, how can we come together collectively as a pitching staff and utilize all our strengths and find ways to beat the other team? So I'm excited for her to kind of dive right in with the four of them. I think, whenever you bring a freshman into a program, there's a little bit of a learning curve. There's the weight room, there's academics, there's their first time away from home, all those things, and the volume. I mean, it's 20 hours and during our fall season, and you're lifting 3 to 4 times a week and all those things. So I'm excited for just the opportunity to really dive in with each of them individually and figure out, what's going to be each of their makeups and strengths and how we put those pieces of the puzzle together to beat other teams and other offenses and give different looks.
You mentioned free passes earlier. In your mind, how much was that, I guess, the beginning of any pitching downfall for you all this season, and just how important it is for that to be minimized? I know the strikeout to walk ratio was always a big stat. So how much of just any of those losses, just how much was the free pass one thing you could have went back and pointed the finger at that, possibly caused those big innings for the other team?
Yeah. I think too, when we talked about it going into the season and really having the Cam Soph 1-2 punch, and we weren't super deep in the circle last year, and so when you talk about free passes, you talk about another plate appearance, and when you talk about conference and facing offenses 3 times, it just allows the potential opportunity to turn the lineup over and then see the 3 or 4 batter again. And so we really wanted to eliminate it too from the back-to-back standpoint, but also from the amount of looks that we're giving the other team with the pitching staff that we had. And so it did hurt us, and it was something that we tried to focus on and emphasize, and it will continue to be a point of emphasis, because ultimately you want to give your defense a chance, right? And so free passes and home runs don't really give the defense a chance to defend behind you. And that's definitely an area we want to improve on as we head into this year.
Um, I know a lot of teams around the country these days are beginning to put together deeper staffs than we normally see in softball. I see you have, like you said, 4 arms. Was there any thought of trying to find another one or two just to have a
Mhm.
couple extra in the bag if you ever needed it? Especially in those weekends, those conference weekends where you may have to, I mean, someone like Cam or whoever may have to throw out 3 games if you really needed
Mhm.
to, and that can end
Yeah.
up being a lot.
Yeah. We definitely went into the summer hoping to add at least 2 arms to the mix, and right now we've added 1. We also feel good about the 4 that we have right now, and utilizing all 4 of those arms this year and putting a great plan in place to keep them healthy, keep them available, and keep them fresh. I think we've done a great job as a program really monitoring volume and recovery, and there's been great alignment with just the communication with strength coach and trainer and all those things. So I think just maintaining our health and recovery and keeping them the best that they can be is going to be huge for us this year. And we'll see what happens with adding more arms right now.
All right. To complete the battery, of course, you have Leah Gore returning, who, you know, is caught for you all, but you also brought in Alexa Brunetti, who is also a
Mhm.
catcher slash outfielder. When the fall arrives, what are you looking to find out about that possible, I want to say lineup, or are you looking to keep Gore at catcher or explore her in other parts of the field if need be?
Yeah, coming in, Leah primarily was a catcher. Her freshman year, she played the outfield quite a bit, just with lineup construction and depth and trying to get everybody in the lineup. So Leah played probably outfield a little bit more than she caught her freshman year. And she wants to catch, and she's a great, phenomenal receiver behind the plate. So really, we're just trying to continue to have depth, and adding Alexa Brunetti to the mix. I'm excited to see what she does this fall. She truly hasn't had a lot of opportunity previously, so I'm excited to see what she does with the opportunity and how she grows in our system. She's has a really strong softball pedigree, coming into college, and had a head coaching change after her freshman year at Fresno State. So just really excited for her to just have kind of a clean slate and a fresh opportunity to come in. And she has tremendous power, and I like her swing a lot, and she's got a great arm as well. So I'm excited to see how she just starts thriving under our system, and developing and growing, and what she's going to be able to do this fall.
Now she's from Fresno State, as you said. Where's she originally from? Like
She's
where?
originally from San Diego area, kind of Escondido. Is it Escondido? Car Sorry, her and Abby are both from like that San Diego area, a little north from San Diego. But
Okay, I asked that for a reason. Grew up California, stayed out there. What appealed to her about App State in Boone, North Carolina, to come and
yeah,
give you all a shot?
yeah. She says she was looking for different, and you got to be different to want to come here and do what we do here. I mean, it's a small community, it's a rich community. It's a program with a ton of momentum behind it, and an extreme amount of admin support and community support. So she came here and she's like, this is everything I'm looking for. And the distance, I mean, it's a flight away, and it is far away from home, and the weather's going to be a little bit different than she's used to. But ultimately, the opportunity she wanted is right here, and she's not afraid to leave home and explore that and get after it. So I love that. I love that she was all on board. She came here, wasn't afraid of, being different, being away from home. She's an only child, and both parents definitely were all on board with her having this opportunity and just being in this space.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, you know what, Coach? I appreciate your time this morning. I'm going to get you out of here in a couple minutes, but I just wanted to ask you a couple things. With the fall coming up soon,
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
what can we expect in fall ball competition? I always, I like to see who people are playing. I know you played Duke and Charlotte and,
Yeah.
people like that last year, and that was exciting. Have you got that laid out yet or any clue?
Yeah, we're finalized. We're gonna start our fall season September 18th, and we'll wrap up on October 24th. We got Charlotte on the lineup again. We are going to Duke this year. We've kind of been doing a back and forth with them in the fall, so we'll head to them on October 3rd. We're actually going to Clemson this year, so that'll be the first time we're getting to play them, which I'm really excited for as well. And then we got Lenore Ryan again on our schedule. Gaston's our first game that we open up with. We're playing Emory Henry and Elana Wingate. So I think we got a good blend of competition throughout this fall. We're home for 4 games. We're away for 4. So it'll be a good blend of home or away. And I'm excited. I'm excited. We got a lot of opportunities to give, and I'm excited to see what we do with them this fall and with the freshman class coming in and our transfers. And we're returning a large group of our returners as well. So I'm excited just to put that all together and continue to elevate what we're doing.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. I'll definitely catch a couple this fall. You couldn't talk Clemson into coming up to the mountains?
Hopefully next year. Hopefully we go down there this year. Hopefully they come up next year and we can do a little back and forth. I know who doesn't want to come to Boone and play in the fall? It's like it's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm not lying. Last fall was the first time I'd ever been to Boone. I'm in Knoxville, so I'm not even that far. I just never went, and I was like, this place is awesome. Like I
It is.
really enjoyed it. Uh, there's no interstate that runs there, but I mean, other than that,
Yeah.
it's a great place. I really like
Mhm.
it. Um,
Yeah. People don't know until they get here. So yeah, the more people we can get here and spread the word about how amazing it is, the better.
For sure. Real quick, how good did it? I know she was in the reserve pool, got in a game or two, but how good did it feel to see Makayla McClain get her shot in the AUSL? I mean, when I saw
That
that
was
she was
amazing.
get, I was like, wow, that's big for the App State program. I mean, I was like,
Awesome.
wow,
Yeah. We're just so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. I believe she deserves every opportunity that she gets. She's earned it. She's proved it. And I just hope she continues to have more doors open because she loves the game. She wants to keep competing as long as she can. And she's amazing. She's a phenomenal athlete. She's versatile. She can play multiple positions on the field. She's dynamic offensively. She just brings so many tools to the table, and she's an awesome human. Like she's a great teammate, an awesome human, and I hope doors continue to open for her because her ceiling and her time, she's got a lot more in the tank. So I'm just super proud of her and for the university to have like her backing. That was awesome just to hear them talking about App State on ESPN2, and just really proud.
yeah. I mean, that was great. I hope she keeps getting those opportunities. I mean, great player. I feel like every time I got on Twitter, I was seeing a home run graphic for Makayla McClain or something. I'm like, man, she is ripping the ball. Great player.
Yeah, she
Well,
left her mark here for sure.
for sure. Can't replace a player like that. You can just hope to find someone that can do as good as her, or because that's she's a special player. I mean, I've seen it, and I'm like, yeah, she's not one of those players you just immediately replace.
No, no, no. But keep eyes on our freshman class. We're excited for them. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, I definitely will keep eyes on them, and I'll be talking to you and checking you out. Like I said, I can't wait for the fall to arrive. I'm all with softball now. I tried to go away from it in the spring, and I realized halfway through, I'm like, yeah, this isn't it for me. So soon as my spring was up with what I was doing, I was like, I'm getting back to the game, and that's where I'm staying.
Awesome.
Softball is just too fun. It's too great of a game. I mean, if people hadn't really caught on yet, I don't know what you're sleeping on, because it's just fun, fast paced game, high energy. Who doesn't want a
It
sport
is.
like that?
No, absolutely. Yeah. Excited for the growth and the direction we're headed for sure. And I appreciate the time you spend covering our program and following us. It really means a lot to us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me this morning, Coach, and everybody. This has been Coach Whitney Jones from the Appalachian State Mountaineers softball program over there in Boone, North Carolina. We'll be talking time and time again. I'll be over there covering some things, and you'll see her more. Just keep an eye on that program. Really good Sun Belt program. Sun Belt's a great conference, period. Yeah, definitely pay attention to App State. You're gonna love the product they have over there. Everyone, this is Charles May, Southeastern Softball Wire. Have a good Monday.
Thanks, Charles. Go out.
Thanks.